Hello and welcome to week 1 of the Statistics Literacy Seminar. My name is Patrick Dunn and I am a contributing faculty member in the College of Health Sciences and an instructional support specialist in the Academic Skills Center. Additionally, I am a 2015 graduate of Walden University earning my PhD in public health. The goals of this seminar are to provide you with skills and tools necessary to run the statistics you will need to complete your doctoral capstone or dissertation. We will start by discussing statistics anxiety, and then we'll begin discovering SPSS. We will start by learning how to identify an SPSS file, exploring the File tab in SPSS, learning how to create a dataset in SPSS, learning how to import an Excel dataset into SPSS, investigate the data view and variable view, and run a codebook. Let's start by discussing stats anxiety. Yes, it is a real thing. Most of us were not born as naturally gifted statisticians. It is only through becoming more familiar with the terminology and concepts, such as probability, variance, and the null hypothesis, and learning how to navigate statistics programs such as SPSS and Excel, that your stats anxiety will resolve. This seminar is designed to give you hands-on practice so that when you get to your own research, this will not be new to you. Remember, just like you have to practice your favorite musical instrument or sporting event, mastering statistics is something that will occur over time and certainly not with one session. Let's start in my File Explorer. You can see that there are a number of file types in this folder, including PowerPoint, Word, Excel, and SPSS. Just like Word documents have a file extension of DOC or DOCX, and Excel files have file extension of XLS or XLSX, SPSS files also have an extension, which is .sav. In my File Explorer, this SPSS file is identified by that extension. In the case of Word and Excel, your computer recognizes those files because you have Office on your computer. If you go to a tablet or another computer that doesn't have these programs installed, your computer will not recognize those files. If your computer is not recognizing the SPSS file, it might be that you do not have SPSS installed on your computer. So let's open SPSS and start with the File tab. The File tab has many similarities to other software programs, including New, Open, Save, Save As, Print, and Exit. You will notice, however, that there are 4 types of SPSS files: data, syntax, output, and script. If you're trying to open an existing SPSS file, you want to run statistics, you will need to open the Data tab. To create a new data set, click New, Data. If the data opens in the data view, you can literally just start entering data. And you'll see that SPSS will begin creating variables for you based on those data. So you got to get the names right. Okay, but you can also go, the better way to do it is to go to the variable view. And instead of creating variables on the fly, you can name your variables. So let's create a variable for weight. Click the tab. You'll notice that it's defaulted to numeric. That's what we want. We can tab over here. You can give your weight variable a name. The name, the label view has a lot more options than the name. You can have spaces and other characters in here. You'll want to make sure that it's a scale variable. Now let's create a nominal variable of gender. We're still going to make this numeric and call it sex. Over here, now we're going to need to code this. So in the values, we're going to do 1 is equal to male and click add. 2 is equal to female and click add and click OK. And we'll tab over here, and now this is not a scale variable, this is a nominal variable. And we'll do one more, we'll do an ordinal variable. We're still going to make these, we're going to make all of these really except for date variables. We're going to make them numeric because SPSS loves numbers. So again, the label can be much more descriptive. In the values, let's create just a simple, we'll do 1 is high school, 2 for college, and 3 and now over here in the measure, we will make this an ordinal variable. So that's how, and then if you go back to the data view, you have these here and you can start putting numbers in. And that's how that would work. Okay. To import an existing data set into SPSS, you're going to go to File, Open, and Open Data. The dialog box will open to a navigation screen. We're going to navigate to my Walden folder here. And you'll notice that I have a StatsLiteracy.sav file, but that's not what I want to open. I want to open an Excel file. What you'll do is go to Files of Type and select Excel, and now you'll see I have actually the identical file found here in Excel. I can open this up. Know that if your Excel file has multiple worksheets, you'll need to select the correct worksheet. This one only has one worksheet, so it's pretty simple. And here it is. This is a sample data set. It's a sample of from blood pressures and some related variables. And we're going to use this data set throughout the remainder of the seminar. So in this lesson, we're just simply learning how to open this up, do a couple of maneuverings here, and then save this back as an SPSS file. And in subsequent weeks, you're going to learn a little bit more, from the sample data file. If you go to the variable view, you'll see that SPSS tried to fill in a lot of the blanks. It already had the name from Excel. A couple of places it has a label, but you'll need to go in and clean this up. You'll notice that some of the variables that came from Excel, SPSS thought they were string. You're going to want to convert those to numeric and then put in the appropriate values under here. And we'll show you how to do this in subsequent sessions. You'll also want to make sure that all the measures are coded correctly. In some cases, you'll need to create a calculated variable. So let me show you how to do that real quickly. So we have blood pressures here. We have a baseline systolic and diastolic, and then we have a follow-up systolic and diastolic. So if we wanted to create a variable for the change, you click on the Transform tab and click Compute Variable. And it's just a very simple baseline SBP minus SBP. You'll need to give this variable a name. Okay, so we're just going to call it SBP change and click OK. You notice anytime you ask SPSS to do something, it's going to create basically a log of what it has just done. And you'll notice back in the variable view now, we have a new variable. And it's a numeric scale variable. Finally, to get a good description of your variables, you can start by running a codebook. Go to Analyze, Reports, and Codebook. And you can pull any variable that you want. Just do baseline systolic and diastolic. Click OK. And you're just going to get a real basic description of the variable, how many valid cases, literally where it is in the data set, and if there's any descriptive statistics to run, it'll do that for you as well. And that's a good way to find out, like literally, very quickly how many, how big the data set is. To do the same thing in Excel, if you're just simply trying to find the size of this data set, one easy way to do this is go click Insert Functions from the Formula tab, and we're going to select Count, and you can take any of these variables. So we're going to do column A, and it tells you right on the screen here, and you'll notice it's the exact same number that's in SPSS, 3497. So we know that that's a good number. All right, so next week we will begin working with the variables and learning more about how to reform, recode, and transform these variables. Thank you.